Welcome to RB's Round 23 AFL Tips. For the first game of Round 23, we have the Lions taking on the Melbourne Demons. So this one is set up to be an absolute cracker of a match. Melbourne did beat them fairly well earlier on in the season, but that doesn't matter. We're getting into the back end of the season now, and I'd expect Brisbane to win. So I'm going to put my tip towards Brisbane for that game. I think they have the power to overthrow the Demons. They are sitting in fourth, so a top 2 spot is on the line depending on whether or not Sydney beat St Kilda on the Sunday. So yes, my tip goes to the Lions for game 1 of round 2023. Okay, so for game 2 of round 2023, we have the GWS Giants going up against Fremantle. So I'm expecting this to be a pretty decent game. GWS are definitely not in the fight for the finals. However, Fremantle might have. Actually, no, they don't have a shot on a top 2 spot due to the Brisbane-Melbourne game the night before. So Fremantle aiming for a top 4 spot. I think that's as high as they can get. GWS are just playing for pride. So my tip is going to go towards Fremantle. I feel like the desire to win will be too big for them. So yeah, Fremantle for game 2. For game 3 of round 23, we have North Melbourne taking on the Gold Coast Suns. So I expect this to be a pretty basic clash. We have two teams that are reasonably low on the table. So I expect for it to be a high scoring game, I'm going to say. But yeah, I think the Suns will take it out quite easily. So yeah, my tip for this game goes to the Suns. So for game 4 of round 23, we have Geelong taking on West Coast. So I don't think Geelong could have gotten any easier last game for the season. Heading into the finals, they will comfortably take this game out. I'm going to say by about 60 points, maybe 70. I don't know, the performance against the Suns last week was pretty dominant. So I'm going to go Geelong over West Coast for game 4. For game 5, we have Richmond taking on Essendon. So for this game, I think Richmond will take the win quite easily. Essendon, I'm sure, will put up some sort of fight, but their season is well and truly over, as they are sitting in 15th right now. However, Richmond, this is a must-win game for them, as Carlton... Oh, actually, no, it's not. Richmond to sealed the top 8. Yeah, so it's actually not a must-win game, but Richmond would love to win it just to get some momentum into the finals. So yeah, I tip Richmond for game 5 of this round. So for game 6 of round 23, we have Adelaide Crows taking on Port Adelaide. So the Battle of South Australia, I'm sure it will be a cracking game of football. But I actually think this is going to be my upset of the round. I actually think Adelaide will take out the win. It's been a shocking season for Port Adelaide so far, and Adelaide, they have had glimpses of good football. So I'm gonna put Adelaide down as my tip for game 6 of this round. For game 7 of round 23, we have Hawthorn taking on the Bulldogs. So I think this is actually going to be another really good game of football. It's definitely going to be an underrated game. The Bulldogs are playing for a spot in the finals, and I don't think they can do it. I think they're going to crash and burn. So I'm actually going to tip Hawthorn to win this matchup. So yeah, my tip for Game 7 of round 23 goes to Hawthorn. For Game 8 of this round, Carlton are taking on Collingwood. So this is going to be one of the bigger matchups this weekend. Collingwood playing for a spot in the top 2, although unlikely. It's still possible. However, Carlton are playing for a spot in the finals. They will know their fate before this game, so they'll either know whether they have to play to get into the top 8 or whether they are in the top 8 due to the Bulldogs winning or losing in the game before them. So yeah, I think this is going to be a cracking matchup, and I'm actually going to go Collingwood to beat Carlton. For Game 9 and the final game of the round, we have the Sydney Swans taking on St Kilda. So this is actually a big game for the Swans. If they win, they have a chance of taking a top 2 spot heading into the finals. And St Kilda, although very unlikely, they still have a chance of making it into the top 8. So it is a big game, Sunday afternoon. I am definitely going to be watching it. So yeah, I'm actually going to tip Swans for this game though. So yeah, Sydney Swans to win Game 9 of the round. So they are all my tips for round 23, the last round of the AFL regular season. We will see who makes the finals and who doesn't. Put your tips in the comments below if you want to, and while you're down there, subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.